Did she drop? Did she drop?
I wonder why she dropped. I think she got screwed.
What is going on? Oh, Jody ain't here this morning? Oh, wow. I thought she'd be in my ear already.
I know, huh?
Yeah. She ain't here. She
got scared and left.
She decided not to show up today. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, there she is. She's in the comments. Jody, say hi in the comments. Stop. Stop what?
Go to YouTube. Don't forget
go
to YouTube.
Go to YouTube, Jody. We need you in YouTube so I can see you talking smack in the chat. What is going on, gents and gentiles? What is up?
Hey, hoorah.
Oh my God, what does that mean? What language are you speaking?
I would prefer you refer to me as chosen.
Oh my God.
Sanctified.
Oh my Lord. Jody, I did not see you in the comments in YouTube. Hold on. Jody, do you have a YouTube channel? Jody, do you have a YouTube channel? Jody, talking to you. She ain't even in here. She at CJ like. Like. Troy, man, good morning. Bible girl, good morning. We need that YouTube to boost. We need some booster on the YouTuber.
Yeah, that's me. Hold on.
Where is? Let's see. Okay, there's the. All right, got Flippinator on the team. Oh well. Oh my Lord. Jody, I'm really starting to think you don't have a YouTube channel, bro. Are you serious? We all know you ain't got a job. All that time you got, you can make a YouTube channel, man. All right. Let's see. Before we get started, Jordan, what is going on? I see y'all. See y'all in there. Jody's not anywhere. She's like, you know what? I'm not playing with y'all today.
So,
Mike's going on.
Flip.
Hey, I didn't even realize Taylor. God bless.
Sorry, big.
Look at Taylor in the house. What's up, Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor's been here.
Trot, we women digging rubies out here. Digging rubies? What y'all digging rubies? What you talking about?
Digging rubies?
Yeah.
Hey, Flip.
I don't want to hold up anyone. Alex, what are you talking about? Hold on, guys. Time out. Jody, hold on. Jody, I need you to answer my question, Jody. Do you have a YouTube channel? Jody. Jodie, Jody, do you have a YouTube channel? I don't know why I got to keep asking this. Come on, guy. Jody, I'm about to block you out of this room. Like, you're not even playing the game, bro. You're not even playing the game. I'm not like, you're not even going to be able to be in here anymore. I'm just going to block you out of here. That's why I'm in the box. What? I'm telling you to go to YouTube. You can't even do that as a favor. That's where we're at now, Jody? Not even as a favor. You can't even go over there. You're like, the heck what you're talking about, Trot. I do what I want. Is that you at the house? I do what I want.
Is that you at your job?
Yeah, is that you? Yeah. I do what I want. No. I go on D-Scale. I do what I want. You about to tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. Somebody please get her to answer the question if she's got a YouTube or not. Somebody, please, in the comments. All right.
So anyway.
Maybe Joe. Hey, given Grace said maybe Jody let you borrow $20 to the bar. All right, where we at? Where are we at?
We're in Proverbs 9. Proverbs 9. Jeez, what the?
Proverbs 9, that's where we be. All right, let me see. Hold on.
No, we stopped
I
at
was gonna
4.
ask him. I was gonna ask him a question. Hold on.
Oh.
Hey, Trot, I got a question.
Yeah.
Did we ever do, or do you ever do the study on sons of man, sons of God, referring with Genesis 6?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went over the difference. You mean like the difference? Like what's the difference between son of man and son of God?
Yeah, and also because there's two beliefs. One belief that it's a fallen angel, and the other one's belief that it's the sons of Seth.
Yeah. Maybe one day we should go over it, but I'll say this. Jesus is both son of man and son of God. He's both. And it's actually, to be honest with you, one pointing to deity than the other. So to say son of God would not be Jesus pointing to like deity. It would be him saying son of man. That right there, that phrase son of man is the one that is pointing to like this deity outlook. So if the Jews heard somebody say son of God, like even the rabbis tell us, you go read some of the scripts and stuff that people would say, there were times that they didn't like it when someone said son of God because maybe they were a sinner or maybe they weren't perfect or whatever. But if someone was to ever call themselves son of man, it became this real big ordeal. And that's because the son of man is referring to son from heaven, but is a man, son of man, not like we would say we are son of men, not like that. So for a man to say, or to say, to out of his mouth that he's the son of man, to say that would be more pointing to a deity. And people think it's the other way around, son of God. We call ourselves sons of gods all the time. People back in the day would call themselves sons of God all the time. But to say son of man was actually,
Yeah, we see that in the prophecy what Daniel said. And Daniel said, "Okay, I see him. I see in the clouds the Son of Man."
Yeah, so son of man. So yeah, so if you go look, matter of fact, somebody find it where Jesus said son of man, and he started getting treated a certain way. And I can't remember what they were trying to do to him. Forgive me on this one. I don't remember if they were trying to unalive him or what, but when he said the word son of man, they lose it. They kind of lose it on him. Maybe somebody can find that real quick. We'll just go over it real quick. I mean, it's not really, to be honest with you, it's really not a deep study like you would think. It's such an eye opener just to see the difference by the way he was treated when he said it. Hopefully somebody can find it.
Wasn't that the one where he said, I am the...
Where he says, where he
I have
says...
it here in Mark 14.
Okay, go ahead and read it, Alex, please.
Jesus said, I am, and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven. Amen.
Yeah, but what happened after that?
Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, what further need do we have of witnesses?
Blasphemer.
Right. All right. So if you notice, he didn't say, and you'll see the Son of God. Bro, he says you'll see the Son of Man. And he starts talking to him about himself. Somebody's asking for the address, Alex. Can you clearly state where that's at?
Mark chapter 14, verse 62.
All right. Mark 14:62. Is that what you said? Mark 14:62?
Yes.
All right. So, but the reason why it sounds like he's saying Mac Daddy is because he's from Ireland and they don't say Mark the way we do. It's mock, like mock. I'm going to mock your car. He sounds like he's from Boston. Hey, is the reason why people from Boston sound like they're from Ireland? Is there a lot of Irish people in Boston? Is that what that's about? I think so. I think that's what it is. I think there's like an Irishman in Boston. You know anything about that, Alex?
Well, I know the Irish built a lot of the American cities.
I know, but what about Boston?
Not really.
Hey, you know, it would have been so funny if Alex goes, actually, all my American family live in Boston. That would have did it for me. I would have died laughing. But we didn't get that. I tried.
I laughed because he
Apologies.
just like put in a I don't even know what to call it.
What? What'd he do?
He just put in like a treat there for Irish. Like we just built all the cities in America. That's all. I don't know about what you're talking about.
He goes, I don't know. He goes, the Irish built all the cities in America, so except for he said, except for Texas, y'all would not let us in there. Y'all would like to build walls.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, you ever seen the movie? Let's see. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
The Departed.
No, Gangs of New York. You ever seen that movie, Alex?
I haven't. I haven't.
You need to see that movie, man. It's based on a true story. Like, now they didn't play it out like a true story, but back in the different, nationalities that were living like in New York, one big group was a bunch of Irishmen, and it's Boondock Saints. Oh, that movie's so trash. I don't know why people like that movie.
What?
Bro.
You didn't like that?
Oh, no. So trash, bro. God. No offense. Who put that on there? Hold on a second. Let me see who that is. Billy White. Billy White, listen, nothing personal. All right, let me give Billy White another one. All right, Billy White,
give me the first one.
Billy White, give me another movie. Give me another movie that's around the same ballpark, except for Boondock Saints. Anything.
Boondock Saints 2.
Oh, trash. No. Come on, Billy. Give me something else, man. We got to be on the same page, man. I just ain't seeing out. Or you could just say Gangs of New York, great. And then I'll be like, all right, just never mind. It's great. Leave it at that. He's thinking.
To answer your question, I looked it up. The Irish make up the largest population group of Boston. It's 23%.
Okay, so and that's why they all park the car. You take out the garbage. That's why they talk like that, because they get it from the Irish. The Irish. Hey, Alex, tell me to go park the car.
Go park the car there, mate.
Yeah, go park the car. Go park the car there, you silly willy.
I got another one.
All right.
Go say potato.
Alex, say potato.
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 My girlfriend out here saying
Potato.
Okay, so Bill was bringing up like going over Son of Man, Son of God, and trust me, we can go through all the scriptures, but one thing that is huge that is pointed out when you start going over this, you notice that the name Son of God is kind of a more of a used phrase back in the day, but to say Son of Man, which for some reason people see it the opposite. Son of Man, what's the big deal? You know, it's more of a blasphemous thing to say Son of God. Well, actually, on the contrary, it's completely different. And Jesus knew exactly what he was saying when he said Son of Man. And he talks about seeing the Son of Man in the clouds and, this whole deity talk and the high priest. I mean, bro, who would not be something like this in front of the high priest, bro? Like he knew, when I say this, it's about to go down, bro. And the high priest rent his garment. Let me tell you something. If you don't recall, the high priest garment on purpose was made very thick around the neck. Matter of fact, let's go to it. Somebody go to Exodus 28. Go to Exodus 28.
Well, somebody... I don't have my stuff with me yet.
Right then,
wasn't it made of one piece as well?
What?
High priest, the
Yeah.
garment was made of one piece.
Yeah. So somebody find it where it's describing it and it
What
talks.
verse?
Huh? You're gonna have to
I
find
said
it.
what verse?
Exodus 28. Just find it.
Oh my.
Just start reading. It ain't, dude. It's not huge. The area is not huge. I mean, you're gonna be reading a couple of paragraphs.
I could have sworn you said Exodus 16. That's what you said.
Oh well, I meant 28. So Exodus 28. If you go to Exodus 28, go to the high priest garments, and it starts talking about the outer part of the garment, and it's gonna describe this, the part that we all have when we're wearing a t-shirt, and it describes it. Where you put your head through it, and even the high priest tell us that this part right here was thick, this part around the neck, and I think it even says so it's not rent. I think I could be wrong. That could have been some rabbi stuff that I read, but in the Bible it might say. Let's see. Looks like I'm gonna have to help because there ain't enough people doing it. All right, let me do it. I'll thank Bill. Everybody say thank you, Bill. Thank you. See in the row
Y'all
here. So it's verse 30.
Learning about wisdom.
It's verse 31, Exodus 28, verse 31. It says, "And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all blue, and there shall be a hole in the top of it. In the midst thereof it shall have a binding of woven work around about the whole of it, as it were the hole of a habergeon, and it shall not be blah blah blah, that it be not rent." So when the high priest talk about this, and it's talking about the hole that you stick your head in, right, like this, it's real thick right there. And so for the high priest to grab his garment, so the high priest, their clothing was thick right there too, bro. Like they always try to mimic the high priest garments. Like they all wanted their clothing even to look like the high priest clothing. They just didn't have enough money for everybody to, take a 5 pound of solid gold, beat it down to a sheet and cut shears of fine, thin strips so they can woven it in their clothes. I mean, like not everybody had money to do that, but their clothing a lot of them mimic the high priest garment, but this was the high priest. It says the high priest grabbed his clothing and rent it. Bro, this guy was not just Hulk Hoganing his shirt. Hulk Hogan doesn't wear the high priest garment around his neck. He doesn't have he wouldn't be able to rip it, bro. He'd be sitting there all day ripping. This thing was not easy to rip. So the high priest, for him to rip that, he was jerking like a dog on that bad boy. Just constantly. Just to pick
Got his buddy to help him.
Yeah, say, hey, pull right here, you two. Bro, no, they wanted to show how mad they were. They didn't just have a T-shirt. If you don't know that, sometimes you need to go read some of the stuff the rabbis write down. They're not wearing T-shirts, bro. They're not just grabbing a T-shirt like Hulk Hogan. He's wearing, some of his shirts are so thin you can see through it. It looks like he's so strong. Nah, bro, he ain't ripping nothing. I'm not trying to say the high priest was strong. What I'm saying is it didn't just take them one try. They're sitting here ripping at this bad boy because of what he just said. So sometimes it does matter to paint a picture like what it is that they're doing. And for him to say that he's going to be son of man, in the clouds, they're like, listen to this. How much more blasphemy do you need? I mean, he didn't say son of God. He said son of man. And it's
grandma's. It's thick like grandma's.
Himalayan wanted
sweater.
you to go over verse number 13 of chapter 28, where it says, "And thou shalt make ouches of gold."
Okay, we're talking about Exodus.
Yes. Yes.
Also with those garments, remember with those garments, they didn't mix these garments. Remember, they wouldn't mix the garments. It was like cotton or wool.
He said Ezekiel. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get this straight. Himalaya, what? Ezekiel 28. Or who is it?
Yeah, Himalaya.
He wanted Ezekiel 28:13.
Also, she wants beautiful husband. husband.
She wants a beautiful husband, handsome husband.
Jeez. No, I'm talking about what we're going through. Countenance fair.
My God, Himalaya, you are all over the place. Are you doing this as a group? Or are you doing this all by yourself? This king gets disqualified. Let's see. All right.
Malaya, we want to know the kind of coffee you drink in the morning.
Yeah, we need some of that. Is there a way you can give us some of that coffee? All right.
She said by herself. Oh my goodness. She said Judah's doing it too.
Hey,
I bet Judah's
and
as far as you are.
And then she, and then she's all over the place. She's like, "Hey, tell him to read 13. Okay, hey, go to 13. No, Ezekiel. Well, tell us Ezekiel, woman." And then she goes, "No, I'm doing it all by myself." And then 30 seconds later, "Oh no, Jude doing it too." And then 30 seconds later, "Oh, Tam's actually involved too." Like, "Oh my Lord, have mercy, woman." All right. Where we at? Ezekiel 28. All right, Ezekiel 20.
I think that's why she meant the. I'm sorry.
No,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's why she meant the women for rubies.
See. Watch out, guys. They're coming after us. They done figured it out. Not just a regular hand shovel anymore. They're everyone at Walmart in the garden section looking for them big shovels. All right, here we go. Ezekiel 28.
12.
All right,
Son of man.
so 12 says, "Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord God, thou sealest up the sum full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God." And then it names all the stones. And then let's see, and gold, and the workmanship of thy tabrets, of thy pipes, so they're prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. And I'm gonna make a lot of people mad, but this is not talking about instruments. I can prove it in Hebrew. But anyway, it says, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire." 14. That was perfect. Okay, Himalaya, what about it? I read it. What about it?
She said why rubies weren't mentioned.
That's right. Look at what verse how this chapter starts off in verse 1 and 2.
Okay, read it.
It says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophecy against the prophets of Israel, that prophecy, and say thou unto them, prophecy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord."
Yeah. I'm looking for something real quick.
What are you looking for?
He's looking for that. I'm going to read verse 3. "Thus says the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing."
Verse 3 of what?
Ezekiel 13.
Bill, we're in Ezekiel 28.
So who says Ezekiel 13?
No, it's verse
Ezekiel
13.
28, verse 13. That's where we are.
See what happens when you walk away?
Hey, that's a good verse, though. Good verse.
No, that chapter is a good chapter.
Anyway, what? Back to what Himalaya said. Himalaya, what is she saying about rubies? What?
Right. He said that. How come it mentions everything but rubies?
Okay. Okay.
13?
Well, I don't understand. I mean, what do you mean? Like, there's 1,000 jewels it doesn't name. What does it matter? It's not naming rubies. I don't get the point. Himalaya.
All right.
It don't mention pearl. It doesn't mention pearls either.
I mean, I could sit here all day about all the stones it don't mention. I don't get the point.
Why is gold different than all the other stones?
Yeah, Himalaya. I don't think we're doing a good job through the texting there, buddy.
No, she says the main question is why is rubies different than any other stones?
Where's the proof that they're different?
If she can come up, I'll drop.
Well, I don't know if she can come up. Somebody's going to have to ask her if she can even come up. I don't know if she can.
I did, but I don't think she saw the comment.
Oh.
She says, why is wisdom precious than rubies and not than diamonds, sapphires, or whatever?
Oh, so now we're getting somewhere. I want to give the answer so bad.
I think we should go back to the beautiful and
She said she can come up.
I'll see an invite.
All right, you're going to come up, but we're not going through this. We're going beautiful and handsome. You over here hopping us around. Somebody bring her up. Oh my Lord.
It's doing that thing it was doing the other day with Dre.
Yeah, I can't see her. I can't see her either.
All right, that's weird.
Praise the Lord, Hosanna in the highest. Glory to God, King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
All right, what?
Okay, so the question is, right, like, so it says wisdom is more precious than rubies. And then Jude was looking up, like, all the women are down there. Our question is, from, representing women's ministry, my question is, why?
Representing all of women.
Go ahead.
Why is it mentioned exactly ruby, right? And then Jude looked up the name and the meaning, etc. It says red and ruddy. Red and ruddy for rubies, right? It says that. So that's how far we got.
Yeah,
but
well,
we need to know why.
All right, hold on a second. Let me hold on. If there's 20 steps to this, and you're on step 2, and you go, this is we gotten, I'm not giving you the answer just because you did 2 steps, bro. Absolutely not.
No. We need the hint for the 3rd step.
No.
And then we will gather. We women will gather
No,
after this.
no, listen. If you got ruby and you got the color red, and now you're starting to say that wisdom is more precious than rubies, you got plenty of steps to get you your next step. You just want the answer. That I'm telling you, I'm not giving you the answer. You can go study some more. No. Nope.
Okay, so
hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Hold on a second. Let me ask you this. When y'all were all doing this study, was I there?
No.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. So if I wasn't there, then how are y'all figuring anything out? How'd y'all figure anything out if I wasn't there?
Yeah. We just started.
No, but you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. How did you figure anything out if I wasn't there? How?
Holy Spirit.
Okay, so why all of a sudden you want to trust Trot when the Holy Spirit already started this journey?
Yeah, no, because I thought like the next hint would be like, how is it different than other stones?
No, the next hint, the Holy Spirit will give you the next hint, is what I'm telling you. You'll see. You're trying to cheat. You're just trying to cheat.
Himalaya, you can't dig rubies with this, trying to dig with a plastic spoon.
Okay.
All right, you can't dig with this. All right,
Y'all you're giving up too soon. Go study. It's there. I'm telling you, you'll find it.
Okay, we will do. We are representing women's ministry. We will study. We will come back and we will preach to you.
All right. Yeah, do that. Go find the answer. How about that? Go find the answer and then come bring the answer. Yes. And I'm telling you, it ain't going to take one day. So if you get frustrated after 1 or 2 days, then I guess you just ain't, y'all need to go fast for about 3-4 days. Be quiet and go do it again.
Jude said she asked the question this morning in the chat.
Okay, but we ladies, we will start on this part and we'll get back to you.
All right, so look, do not come back up here talking about this till next week.
Okay.
All right. Now, but Himalaya, we're still talking about beautiful and countenance. Since you didn't want to study any of that yourself, we're going to have to go study it because you didn't want to do it.
I'm doing it like little by little. I like God is my witness.
And we're not even done with countenance, beautiful. We're not even done with that. And you're over here talking about rubies. It's like you're doing 10 things at once.
Okay. Let's stick to the beautiful.
All right. So put all your energy. Look, put all your energy in one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
I feel like she
Himalayas
listens to the Bible.
Huh?
Listens to the Bible on 2x speed.
Yeah. I bet she does. She puts her Bible 3x speed, and it just sounds like the Micro Machine Man ministering the Bible to her. It's like,
with
hey,
3 coffees in my system.
Yeah, drink coffee.
Like an auctioneer.
Hey, she's got that James Earl Jones Bible. She's like, and God said. She's like, oh no! Before you know it, he sounds like freaking Kevin Hart. And God said that he was walking around. Starts talking 100 miles an hour. She went from James Earl Jones, speed him up, sound like Kevin Hart reading the Bible, boy.
The chipmunks.
The chipmunks got that bad boy. All right, so let's
back to focus.
Huh?
Thank you for bringing me back to focus. You're right. That's the Ruby has to be a secondary study right now.
Okay, all right, but go make you some notes. Put next thing to study. Put rubies, red, wisdom. Like, just give yourself some reminders on where you were at, because if you don't, you're gonna forget. I'm telling you, you're gonna forget. All right, so let's get back to handsome and fair and beautiful.
Oh yes, brother. So sorry to interrupt, right? But about that handsome and beautiful, my main question was also focused on like 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 20 to 21.
No, I know.
Which was like,
all right, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Give it to CJ. Give the verse to CJ. CJ, you got your notes right there?
Yeah. For what?
Talk to her.
Yeah, CJ. Yeah. 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 20 to 21.
Or beautiful or countenance.
What word? What word?
Handsome.
Oh, handsome. Right.
So that's probably goodly. But just put handsome, but in the King James it's probably goodly or something like that.
Right.
I was going to say, guys, if y'all could go over to YouTube and just like it and stick around for a little bit, if y'all can.
Yeah, we definitely need some more people on YouTube. Do what?
I said, yeah, there you go, Flip. Himalaya. What was the chapter and verse you said?
Somebody call me.
Hold on a second. Fresh Start for Life said, what's the link? It's obviously it's going to look like this, but it's at the @ symbol @Descaled Live. at Descaled Live. So if you haven't went and subscribed to it, please subscribe to the at Descaled. Make sure you put your chime on, okay, which is your bell, your notification symbol on. So at Descaled Live. So go there, and I know it's and by the way, Troy and some other people had asked, that something was wrong with the YouTube app. It should be fixed. Now, matter of fact, Troy, can you get in there and see what because you had a complaint. Can you see if it's fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed. Everything's back to normal.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. So everything should be fine. Back to where we're at. All right. Let's see. Himalaya, where are we at, or who's
Himalaya.
doing?
Yeah. What was the chapter and verse you said?
2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 20. Verse 20, 21. Yeah. And then you can also do 22.
Okay. All right. Got it. I'll put these in the Discord so everybody has them.
All right. So where did we leave off yesterday? Passion, why has your countenance fallen? What's going on?
What? Oh, jeez. We should be on number 2 technically, but
What, did he say something? Or?
No, I don't know. I was laughing at what you said.
Yeah, but he put a sad face. My first time joining this study, Proverbs 9, correct? Proverbs 9?
No. That's what we read this morning. 8 and 9.
Oh, okay. I went too far. All right. Okay. Where were we though?
Himalaya. You should know.
No. I'm talking about yesterday, guys. Where did we leave off yesterday?
Yeah.
CJ, you got the notes.
I was calling out.
Oh.
I was
calling out Himalaya. All right, but CJ, you got the notes. Right. CJ, you got the notes. So where do we leave off?
I'm saying we're at the second beautiful.
Okay, so where's that? No, where did we leave off, bro?
I don't remember.
You need to start, bro. You said you're gonna be the note guy, man.
I will today.
All right.
I will today.
So somebody remind CJ. Somebody remind CJ where we were.
1 Samuel 16 verse 12. That's where we left off. 1 Samuel 16, 12.
1 Samuel.
I put it on the Discord.
All right, 1 Samuel.
Thanks, bud. Coming in clutch.
Yes, sir.
1 Samuel 16.
Hey, since that's the case, CJ, let me borrow $20 till tomorrow.
He sent and brought him, and now was ruddy. What? Hold on a second. Nah, bro. Nah, that's no.
I thought we finished with Leah and Rachel.
Yes, right? Yes, that's where we were at. We were with Leah and Rachel, guys. That's where we were.
Yeah.
I'm not asking where do we start today. All right, so where's Leah and Rachel at? Let's go there. Should be Genesis
29.
29, yeah. All right. So
17.
Yeah, 17. That sounds about right. Leah was tender-eyed. We're further.
The Bilhah.
Laban.
We left off at Bilhah.
Huh?
We left off at Bilhah having the countenance of Bilhah, meaning the timid Bilhah being timid.
Oh, okay. So you're talking. Okay, all right. That is the servant. Bilhah is a servant, right? Yeah. So Benny said 26 or 27. So Laban said, blah, blah, blah. Give thou, let's see. Yeah, right here. So 29. So Genesis 29, verse 29, it says, and Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid. Okay, so let's go over real quick what the names meant, right? So Leah was given a servant that meant trickled, and then Rachel was given a handmaid that was named Riri, right? Y'all remember now? All right. So let's go to, and we already went over that. And it says, and he went, so this is 30, and he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. All right, so we don't need to beat a dead horse. We kind of went over that enough. But the point that what we're pointing at is how it's not a coincidence that, and if you're not paying attention, what it sounds like, and let me show you what I mean. So I need everybody to get on my level here with this. Like, let's not act dumb right now. If there's a 60-year-old woman, okay, a 60-year-old woman standing next to a 25-year-old beautiful woman, I'm saying that she's a beautiful woman. Don't sit here and play dumb. Most people are going to say, "Oh, wow, that 25-year-old model, wow, she's beautiful," in comparison to the 60-year-old woman. That is the realism of the world we live in, okay? Now, does that mean when the 60-year-old woman, when she was in her 25s, she couldn't compare? Let me tell you something, and I'm being honest. I've seen some 60-year-old women that you put a 25-year-old next to her, and I'm kind of questioning which one's more pretty. And I'm not saying that the 25-year-old's ugly. No, she's a beautiful 25-year-old woman, but you can tell that if that 60-year-old woman was 25, that other 25-year-old, she'd be out of the park. So, I'm saying that, yes, age does take away what we call this pretty or beauty and all these other things. Yeah. We all get it. That 25-year-old is going to be 60 one day, and there's going to be another 25. This never stops. Okay, but this is what people see when they read this stuff. They see that first she was older. So because of that, Rachel was younger. Younger people are just more pretty. That's what they see. That's all they see. They see nothing else. They don't see that it just so happens first and a second born. They don't see that. And in the Bible, this is very important to see the first and the second born, and how the second born is called, has these very specific phrases and things for them, because it's going to the first covenant and the new covenant, the older and the younger. And that which is first becomes last. That which is last becomes first. Now, let me ask you this, just to prove my point on what I'm saying. Out of Leah and Rachel, what were the names of the kids that came out of the two? If any kids at all. If they had kids or not had kids. Somebody answer the question. If Leah had kids, who were the kids? If Rachel had kids, who were the kids? Somebody answer real quick so I can prove my point.
Yeah, Leah had the kids of the flesh of Jacob.
No. I need names. No, I need names. Who were the kids? If they had kids.
One is Reuben.
Okay, hold on. Who's Reuben's mother?
And Leah conceived and gave birth to.
Give us the address. Give us the address.
That's the same. Genesis 29, verse 32.
All right, so 32 says that Leah had Reuben. What else? Who else?
For she said, the Lord has given. Again, she conceived and gave birth to a son. And she said, because the Lord has heard that I am unloved, he has given me the son as well. So she named him Simeon.
All right, let's keep going. If Leah had more kids, let's go through the kids.
Okay.
Okay.
This is, hold on.
34.
So sorry, brother. This is Genesis 35. It just list everybody. The 23, verse 23. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons
See,
of,
that's the problem, Himalaya. You like microwave.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Check it out. Check it out. Is it true that Leah had 6 kids? That's the question I have right now. Is it true? How many kids did Leah have?
13.
Okay, Leah had 13 kids by herself?
But then it says 6 here.
It's Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah.
All right. So, where did all the kids come from then? Where did Jacob? Who's the other women?
Rachel.
How many kids?
Verse.
How many kids did Rachel have?
It says while Israel lived in the Rachel 2.
Uh-huh. And what were the name of Rachel's 2 sons?
Joseph and Benjamin.
Joseph and Benjamin. And out of the 2 women that he worked for, Leah and Rachel, which one was called beautiful? Which one was called favored? Which one did he love out of the 2?
Rachel.
Okay. So here we go again. I'm showing you how God proves that the second born, it's always important in the entire Bible. So you have Leah's the firstborn, the daughter, the younger one is Rachel. And the Bible goes out of its way to describe Rachel in a certain way, that she's beautiful, she's favored, all this. And then it says that that's who Jacob loved. This is why God called Jacob Israel. This is why, because it was the second born. It was that one is the one that he wanted. This referring to Jesus. That's the one he wanted. That one that was beautiful. And if you don't understand what all this is talking about, it's talking about back to Eden. All of it does point back to Eden. Rachel was the pleasant one. He has 2 kids with her. They just so happen to be Joseph and Benjamin. And how many? How many kids did Rachel have? 2.
2.
And here we go again. That which is first will be last. That which is last will be first. We see it again in Rachel's kids. Again. You see Joseph. He's the one that's stripped of his garment, thrown into a hole, treated like what? Like Christ. He gets shipped to Egypt. He's in prison. All these things happen. And the brothers that do this feel so bad about what they did to him that they automatically love the second born. Now the second born is the one that is favored, him. It says that Joseph was a handsome man. Well, of course he is, because he's representing Christ. But the second born is the one that gets all the grace, all the love, and all the mercy, because Benjamin is representing us. And we are in the Benjamin now, the generation of grace. That's why Joseph gave to Benjamin when he saw. You have to understand, Benjamin is his only full-blood brother. The other ones, even though we know they're brothers, Benjamin is the only other brother that came from Rachel, who Jacob loved. And when he sits all the brothers down, out of all the brothers, he gives Benjamin 5 times the amount of food, 5 times the amount of garments, because the number 5 in the Bible is the number of grace. So when you can't see any of this, all you see is that the reason that Jacob liked Rachel is because she was younger and the other one was an old hag. That's all you see. She's just an old woman. And your carnal mind, again, has hindered you from seeing what God is trying to show you in the Bible in its entirety. The whole Bible does this. Right? So, all right. And that's just one. What's the next one? What's the next one, CJ?
The next one is Song of Solomon For 115.
All right, Song of Solomon, 115. All right, who's reading it? Song of Solomon 115. Who's reading that?
Go ahead, Himalaya.
Songs of Solomon 115. But you guys don't like me reading.
No.
No, we never said that we don't like you reading. We said to slow it down when you
slow down, bro. Put it on 1 times, not 5 times. 1 times.
Okay, hold on. I gotta flip my pages in this big Bible. It's a very big Bible.
She got the Catholic Church.
Yeah, I see. I can hear it. I can hear that thing weighs like 42 pounds.
It really is big. 10. It says 10 something. Okay, it should be before Jeremiah, right? Or after Isaiah?
It's after Proverbs. So find the Psalms and the Proverbs, and then Ecclesiastes.
The poetic.
Yeah, found it. Okay, so Songs of Solomon and chapter 1 or what?
Yeah, 115.
115. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou host dove's eyes.
All right. All right. So before we do 15, we got to go to probably 8. Let me see. No, we're just going to have to do the whole chapter 1. All right, Himalaya, if you read chapter 1, you're going to drive me crazy. Somebody read chapter 1. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1.
Yeah, I got it. The Song of Solomon, which is Solomon's, let him kiss me with his kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the Savior of thy good anointments, thy name is an anointment poured forth. Therefore, do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king has brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
All right, right there. All right, right there. Let's start right there. All right, so it says, because there's so much to say, but because of the topic that we're on, right? There's certain places I'm going to have to stop. Okay, so it says, let's see, is it 4? Draw me. It says, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me unto his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. It says, we will remember thy love more than wine. Jesus says, do this in remembrance of me. And he tells us to take the bread and to drink the wine. This is not out of context. We will remember his love more than the wine. Even though we do those things in remembrance of him, the love will always measure further than the things that cause us to remember. So even though we take the bread and we drink the wine in remembrance of what he did, once we remember what he actually did, it'll be way more worth than the thing that we're doing that is remembering him. Okay? The love that he showed. Okay. And then it says, the upright love thee. Okay. And then it says, I am black, but calmly. It says, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. And what does that word comely mean? Does anybody know?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah. It's a very important word.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And
what's the number on that?
And pleasant.
H5000.
It's got some reason I have but lovely as well.
Yeah, that word though. What's the Hebrew word? Somebody like try to say it, CJ, the best you can.
What's the number? What's the H number?
5,000.
5,000?
Yeah, the number of grace, 5,000. I'm just kidding.
Nave.
Yeah,
no 5,000 is
Nave.
That's not what 5,000 is. Y'all need to give me a different number. H5000. Oh, this is G5000. Sorry.
This guy always coming in here.
It means Nave. Yeah.
All right. It should mean fair, beautiful, pleasant.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But it does,
comely.
Yeah, means beautiful, and it's referring to pleasant.
Yeah, fitting.
Yeah, fitting. Yeah, but it's referring to pleasant. Again, all these words that CJ wrote down, every one of them are pointing to Eden, guys. That's what they're all pointing to. This is the countenance of a man of God. The countenance of the man of God is God's glory. It's something you need to hurry up and pick up on very quickly, and hurry up and start becoming a heretic, because that's what you're going to be called. When you start recognizing that every person that's saved has the countenance of Eden, meaning when God looks at you, he is pleased with you, meaning he is saying you are Eden to him. That's what you are. And so hurry up and become a heretic with this, because better now than later. And people hate this stuff because they've been studying the Bible for 10, 20 years, and all they see is money. If you're nice to people, people will hire you, right? They'll hire you. You get paid more money, see? And God blesses you. That's all people see when they read the Bible. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with utilizing love as the Bible teaches you, so you can stay hired and not get fired. But what I'm saying is that's the superficial meaning of the Bible. The depth and foundation of the Bible, and this is what we're going over to show you how, when you see how God sees you, the more you can see that, you'll be better on accident than you ever were trying. It is not the law. It is not someone pointing the finger that is trying to force your countenance to be good. It's what the pleasantness of God did, is what caused God to see your countenance is no longer fallen. Like Cain, his countenance has fell. And if you don't understand what that is saying, it's saying that the glory of God had left him because he had made a decision on the inside of him, and God called it out and said, sin lieth at the door. And it's talking about his heart. It's already there, knocking. But by the grace of God, he marks him. But that's not what people see. They see a man who failed. And because he failed, God put a mark on him. And, Cain was bad because he unalived his brother. All they see is the sin that was committed. They don't see that God knows exactly why the sin was committed, that the countenance of God have come off of him. And God calls him out and says, sin lieth at the door. That's because the serpent is sin, and it lies at everyone's door. But it matters which serpent you let in. And this, I haven't really talked about this. I know for a fact I haven't talked about this, but there are two serpents lying at your door. There's the actual sin itself, and there's the one that took sin. And it's not an easy topic to talk about because now we start getting into actually things that literally they're puzzles that help you understand the book of Revelation, to understand the two serpents at the door and all these things. And then we start talking about the oceans and the water. That's really what those things are referring to in the book of Revelation. But, it's important, honestly, because I don't think that we've fully gone over it. So everybody can thank Himalaya for bringing up countenance and fairness and beautiful, because it's very important. But all right, so let's do what? Oh, all right. So it says, all right, 5. So this is Song of Solomon 1:5. I am black, but comely, and this is talking about pleasant and beautiful. It says, I am pleasant, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents in Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. You should know what the curtains of Solomon, this is when he built the temple, and you should know the tents of Kedar. This is talking about when they tented by Kedar. The tent is always referring to the secret place. It's always referring to that. And it says 6 says, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard have I not kept. Tell thou whom my soul loveth. Tell me, O thou who my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? ? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tents. But it says in 8, if thou know not, O thou fairest among women. Now, the Catholics are going to say that this is Mary, the fairest among all women, but they don't understand that the beloved and the fairest among all women is talking about the second born. It's talking about wisdom. Wisdom was not born into this world first. You were born into this world first. When you become born again, the only way that is possible that you could be born again is if you received wisdom. It's the only way. Because if not, then how are you going to be wise in God's eyes if wisdom forth? How did wisdom bring you forth? Wisdom brought you forth because of what? You heard the word and faith came. Faith comes by hearing. So you heard the word, faith came, and along with faith comes what? Wisdom, the fairest of all women. And it says, fairest among all women, go thy way forth of the footsteps. I already read that. So 9. So this is Song of Solomon 1:9. I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of horses and in Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are what? Pleasant, with rows of jewels. Thy neck with chains of gold. It says, thy cheeks are pleasant with rows of jewels. What is this rows of jewels? Anybody? Where do we see rows of jewels at in the Bible?
The garments of the high priest.
Yeah, because that is the countenance. That is the countenance of a man. All right, hold on.
didn't know that.
All right. So it says, thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels. Thy cheeks are. Your countenance is beautiful based on God's jewels, his truths. So when Jezebel went and painted her face, what is she trying to do?
Change her countenance.
She's trying to do what Adam and Eve did. Adam and Eve, it says that they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. Well, leaves in the Bible means faith. So they tried to earn or work for a type of countenance. So here we go again. People say, no, jewels and leaves are not the same thing. So now we got to go all the way back here. This is why it takes so long to understand this. We got to go all the way back here and talk about how the lamb and the lion are not the same, but yet they're the same. So now we got to go all the way back there. We got to go through all that again to show you that there are things in the Bible that in English uses multiple words, but is expressing the exact same thing. So just because Adam and Eve didn't use jewels to cover themselves doesn't mean they were not trying to adhere to a different countenance. No, their countenance their countenance has fallen. So you have Adam and Eve trying to give themselves a countenance, which have fallen already, but they're trying to put a countenance on by sewing, which is works, trying to put something on themselves. That's why you see Jezebel trying to paint her face. All these things are saying the same thing. That's why it says she sticks her face out the window, hoping that it's recognized, hoping that she is recognized as though her countenance has not fallen.
Unknown caller.
All right. So now we are at, that's 10. It says, and a neck with chains of gold. That's just referring to deity. It says 11, Songs of Solomon 1:11. It says, we will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof. Do y'all know what spikenard is?
Fragrance, right?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be a liquid. Go look it up real quick.
Spice. Yeah, Flip.
Hey, Flip, it's your fault. No, go look. It's supposed to be a liquid of some sort. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a oil. It's man. It comes with flour. It's like an oil. It's fragrance.
Yeah, just look it up in Hebrew, just so we can. I mean, I know it's a liquid, but I just want to see how it describes it when we look it up.
And while we're looking up, right? I'm so sorry. I'm also thinking, brother. Real quick question, like not to sidetrack, but the guy that was told to sell everything that he had and then follow Jesus, is it okay to say that he was told to leave his countenance and adopt Christ's countenance?
Yeah, let's not get into that right now. Let's go over.
It just says odoriferous aromatic plant from India. So
all right.
It's like yeah.
That's why we need somebody to have a Bible dictionary. And I used to
have one.
I used to have one. I gave it to somebody. Like
the oil they anointed Jesus?
I got one right here. Hold on.
When it when before the crucifixion, I forgot what was it that she used. I forgot the name. I just went blank.
I got a Bible dictionary right now. And let's see what it says. Swaterland stork. Spices, spikenard. Here it is. It says a very expensive fragrant oil used in manufacture of perfumes and ointments.
Yeah.
Songs of Solomon. It's also translated as perfume and nard.
Yeah.
And it says the Gospels of Mark and John record that woman anointing Jesus with expensive perfume, which is a spikenard.
Yeah. All right. So it's an ointment, an oil that has a good fragrance to it. All right. And it says, while the king sitteth at his table, it says, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof. My spikenard? Whose spikenard? Whose spikenard is this? All right. And it says, watch this. A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night between my breast. Huh. I wonder who is that lies in the midst of the bosom. Somebody look up that word breasts right there in the Hebrew. Tell me how it explains this word in Hebrew.
That reminds me of John the Beloved when he laid on the bosoms of Christ.
Oh, it's all over the place. If you have eyes to see,
it's a bosom. He didn't have bosoms.
No, I'm saying, what's this Hebrew word here in Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 13? The word breasts.
Sean.
What does it mean?
Say it with your chest, brother.
Sean.
All right. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1. What was it?
Verse 13.
13.
All right. Verse 13. You're breaking up, bro. I'm just going to read it for you. So it goes the bundle, starlight. My breast is $76.99. Sod, which is breast, bosom. Breast of an animal.
Oh, bosom.
Breast of a...
Oh, bosom. Oh, bosom. So here we are again talking about. Listen to the topic. It's talking about somebody having a very specific smell. And then it goes even further, and this is why so many of the parables in the Old Testament have to be understood because of everything that it's pointing out. It says right here, 12. So there's a spikenard, and it's talking about sending forth a smell. And it says, a bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me, a bundle of myrrh. So it's just a coincidence that this myrrh that it's mentioning, was an incense that was used constantly through sacrifices and things, and especially in the book of Leviticus. And then when the wise men came, the three gifts that they give to Jesus is gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And even in the Song of Solomon, it might be in the 5th chapter, it talks about, I woke up to my beloved because I heard knocking at the door. And I opened the door, but my beloved was not there. But the handle had frankincense and myrrh dripping from it. So this beloved has a smell. This beloved does. And the book of Daniel is way after a lot of other books were written. Way after, but yet, in all these books before Daniel, you don't think Daniel understood what the myrrh and the frankincense meant and the gold? You don't think he understood what these things meant? He was called the wisest of all men. You think it's talking about man's wisdom? What kind of wisdom do you think Daniel had? Matter of fact, he had so much wisdom that when he was in Asia, because it says they came from the east, and you got to double up. There's two east. There's a physical east, and then there's the east. And it's not a coincidence that he doubled up on the east. He actually came from Asia. That's where he was. So the influence, his wisdom that he had, is what allowed these men to find this star and go after. And Daniel is the one that influenced them and showed them, listen, I don't know how to explain this, But there's going to be a baby that's born. It's going to happen around this time. And whenever the wise men here, I won't be here. But whoever is here, you need to take to him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. You need to take all three of these. Why? Well, because one day there's going to be this dude named Trot. He's going to open the Bible, and he's going to help people see what the gold, frankincense, and myrrh meant. That's why I need you to go over there and take it over there. And it makes no sense to anybody else. Oh, well, gold, frankincense, myrrh, it's just some expensive stuff. This is how you hear people explain this. Oh, expensive. It was expensive back then. So they took expensive stuff. It has nothing to do with how expensive it is, man. It has not 1% to do with any of that. What it has to do with is if you have eyes to see, so you can see why they took gold frame. Why? So it could testify of who he was from the entirety of the whole Bible. This is the testimony. Not you're crying for 4 hours about how your life sucked while Satan whooped your butt. That's not the testimony. The testimony is what I'm talking about right now. This is testifying of him. From the very beginning, it's been here. This is what glorifies God, when you can see the countenance and understand why certain people are called beautiful and pleasant. It's not because they were the Kardashians. That's not the purpose of this. It's your eyes that see that. And you go around trying to get everyone to understand the Bible in a way that it's not meant to be understood. That's why the path is narrow. That's why the path is narrow. Matter of fact, the people you hang out with, see how many there are. How narrow is it? How narrow is the path? But from way back then, the wise man came from the east, and they took gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Why? Because the whole Bible can test, and it continues. Every book, every chapter is the same mindset, one accord. You see the answers, the questions being answered through the same type of mind, and it never fails. Never. It just gets mocked continuously. It's always mocked. It's always pointed at. Well, that's not what I see. I don't believe that. The Bible can test of itself that it's true. It can test that it's true. So it says, Songs of Solomon 113, a bundle of myrrh is my beloved unto me. He shall lie all night between my breasts. Yes, that is exactly where he lies, in your bosom. Because the bosom is where the new heart is, him. The new heart, the flesh. Your bosom is Eden. And that's why Jesus told the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. That's why he told the parable. He wasn't just trying to figure out a way to tell the Pharisees. So funny to me. He was just telling the Pharisees, no, his words don't come back void. He doesn't just say fake words. They are true 100% because his words are spirit and their life, their truth. When he speaks, there's multiple things happening when he speaks. They're not like your words, where you say, well, let me give an example so I can be a smart butt. I'm going to be passive aggressive. I'm going to say something to those people over there, but I'm going to make it look like I'm talking about candles. No, bro, that's not how Jesus speaks. When he speaks to a person like that, he does it in a way that with anyone that has wisdom can see everything that he's saying. He's not just saying one thing. You're limiting God. You are with your peanut brain. He's saying way more than that. And in the story, Jesus says so much. He says it that the man that is, in quote unquote hell, that he says, hey, tell Lazarus to dip his finger in the water, but nobody cares to ask, what water? Jesus is the one telling this parable. And because you think that he's being passive aggressive, that's all Jesus is doing. He's just trying to tell the scribes and the Pharisees, no, that's not all he's doing. No. He's keeping his integrity true from the beginning all the way to this parable right here. And he says that in Abraham's bosom, there's water. You can sit there and flip and say, well, he was just trying to say, no. Jesus said that there's water in Abraham's bosom. Stop it. He said there's water there, bro. It's you. You don't see what Abraham's bosom is. You, oh man. Now your soul, you may be saved, but I'm talking to your flesh that's still kicking your butt, understanding what you're reading. And it says that there he is all night between my breasts. Songs of Solomon 1:14. My beloved is unto me a cluster of a campfire in the vineyards of En-Gedi. Somebody look up that word campfire, even though that's the other kind of fire, which we should know what that is, the way it's spelled with the PH. So it's going to be like a jewel.
Address. What's the address?
It's going to be a jewel. Let me see. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 14.
Campfire. What the heck? I never seen that word before.
Yeah, but it's got to be like jewels or...
It means price of life, ransom, bribe.
Okay, so it's life. A cluster of life. Does it describe it as green or...
It says the henna plants,
okay.
asphalt, pitch.
It says plants?
Hey, no, I'm going to read you exactly what it says. The fourth thing. It says, price of life, ransom, bribe, or asphalt, pitch as a covering, or the henna plant, name of a plant, henna, or a village.
Okay, yeah, a covering, a village.
But the root is atonement or purge.
Yeah. It has to be atonement because Dre said that it means. How'd you start it off, Dre?
Pitch is atonement. Pitch is atonement.
Yeah, pitch, pitch the sealant. Okay, so it says that my beloved is unto me a cluster of this, a cluster of atonement, not just a little bit, a lot of it. And then it says, in my vineyards of En-Gedi. Now look that word up. And that has to be life. It has to still be like something similar to what you said.
It says, Fount of the Kid, a town in the wilderness, Fount of the Kid. It says... man, it just says Fount of a Kid. I could look at a place in Palestine. It's a place in Palestine.
What's the number?
Yeah, but the root word is eyesight, seen, color, found, face, pleased, presence.
Yeah. The eye of a young male goat.
A what of a goat?
The eye of a young male goat.
Okay. All right. But give me the word. Give me the number. What is it? H.
Oh, there it is. 5872.
5872. Because it's still going to come down.
Also means having.
And the root of it is 5869 as well.
Yeah, but it's going to come back to pleasant. Yeah,
it also means having beautiful eyes.
Yeah. So, yeah, fountain of a kid. Yeah, 5869.
I'm gonna read you what it says right here, right? So this is going back to deeper into the root word. It says to set one's eye on anyone, commonly used in a good sense to regard anyone with kindness, to look to his good.
Yeah, that's why it says fountain of a kid. That's why it says that. The main word, fountain of a kid, and it's talking about a goodly eye. So again, you know, the way that everything is, the way the poetry is written down, it does take a little, a little.
Watch this. Hold on, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but check this out. You're gonna like this. So it goes back to the Fountain of the Kid. It says it's a town in the desert of Judah near the Dead Sea, abounding in palm trees.
Yeah. So now we have wisdom there. Okay. So when you go to this, it says, my beloved is unto me a cluster of life, right? That's talking about the ceiling. Okay. And then it says, in the vineyards of this place. In the vineyards, if you remember, the Bible says that they encamped by 70 palm trees, right? So they're naming a place that is known to be bountiful with water. That's what they're naming. That's this place. And it says bountiful in palm trees. Well, palm trees in the Bible represents wisdom, right? I always have people ask, hey, why do you got a palm tree right there? That's why. Because that's where he's supposed to be receiving his understanding from the Spirit, from wisdom. That's where you're supposed to be, like Deborah. It says that Deborah sat under the palm trees of Deborah. Deborah, meaning honeybee, she's referring to wisdom herself. And it says that she sat under the palm trees of Deborah, meaning she got wisdom from no one else but herself, right? There has to come a point, right? Now, in this world, it makes no sense. In this world, it makes no sense that the wisdom stops somewhere, because everything has to come from something. But with God, it stops with God. There is nothing above God. He is wisdom. He's it. He receives counsel from himself. That's where he receives counsel from. So Deborah sitting under the palm tree of Deborah, meaning wisdom sits under the counsel of herself. That's what that's saying. And so it says right here, my beloved is unto me a cluster of pitch, or a cluster of covering. And it says in where is this at? In the vineyard of En-Gedi, which is a place of wisdom. So it's not a coincidence that it's wording it all this way. It says, behold, thou art fair. Go look up that word fair.
$33.03. The word is Yafeh. Yafeh. Fair, beautiful, and handsome.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
So that word fair, beautiful, handsome, guys, it still comes back to pleasant. It doesn't have to say pleasant. When people fight for these, they go, yes, it does. No, because pleasantness is the countenance, guys. It is the countenance. If the Bible is calling someone beautiful or fair in its proper context anyway, it is talking about that it is God that notices that they're beautiful, meaning that their countenance has not fallen, which is pleasant. Do you understand?
It says it's pleasant, bro. It says pleasant in here.
Well, no.
I know it. It says beautiful, literally, figuratively, pleasant.
No,
like
I know. I know it says pleasant in it. I know. I've studied this for so long. I'm saying that if you're looking at something and it says, and this man was a very handsome man, it doesn't have to say the word pleasant. Ask yourself, if you're looking at a woman or a man and you say, wow, that is a handsome man or a handsome woman, whatever word, aren't you saying that they're pleasant to the eye? Aren't you still saying that? And that's what I'm saying. I know it says it like in the Hebrew, but I'm saying like right here where it says thou art fair. It doesn't have to use the word pleasant. There are people they're so trying to destroy what I discuss by saying it doesn't say pleasant. The Bible says don't add or take away, bro. In context of the Bible, when the discussion that we're having, when you see someone being called fair or handsome or beautiful, it's because it's God saying, it's the God side saying that this person is pleasant to my sight. That's what's being said there. It doesn't have to use the word pleasant. So it says, behold, thou art fair, pleasant, my love. Behold, thou art fair, thou hast dove's eyes. So this is where this is one of the scriptures that people come in and say that, oh, look, Jesus has dove's eyes. So they paint him as a white man with blue eyes because it says he has dove's eyes. Dove's eyes is talking about spiritual sight. That's what it's referring to. That's what dove's eyes is talking about. Spiritual sight, meaning that this person, the beloved, can see properly, soberly minded. It says, behold, thou art fair. This is 16. Thou art fair, right? Pleasant. Thou art pleasant, my beloved. Yea, pleasant also. Our bed is green. Why would it say that the bed is green? Why?
There's life in that covenant.
There's life in the covenant, man. That's why it's called green. Why did Samson tell Delilah, if you take 2 green withs and bind me with them, then I will be as weak as any man? But he says it to Delilah, his bride. He's telling her, I will become your servant if you get 2 green withs. Talking about you have to bind me with life. And then it says 2 green withs that has never worked. Has never worked. Jezebel is trying to earn a beautiful countenance. You can't earn it. You can't put paint on your face so God can look at you and say, your countenance has not failed. No, his jewels, his own jewels will be your countenance. The breastplate of righteousness, that's your countenance. The armor of God, that is your countenance. You can't earn it. You can't paint it. You can't sew fig leaves together and tell God, look, I have faith. I'm a tree. And you put your own leaves there? No, your countenance has fallen. But the bed is green because it's fruitful. And now you can multiply. No longer dead and desolate. Now you can have a proper covenant of life. Songs of Solomon 1:17. The beams of our house are cedar, and our rafters of fir. It says the beams of our house are cedar, and it says our rafters are fir. Go look up fir. I wonder if that's talking about the fir tree, which I'm sure it is. I think this is just talking about.
It says cypress, fir, pine,
okay,
etc.
All right. So it's just talking about a strong house is what it's talking about, right? The beams of our house are cedar and our rafters of pine. Go look up rafters. Is it talking about the foundation?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it says panel, trough, or rafter.
Panel. Okay, so it's just the inside of the house, I'm guessing. Right.
The rafter is the roof, man. That's like the foundation for the roof.
Oh, for the roof. Okay, I knew it was foundation for something. Okay, for the roof. Either way, but now it's talking about the house. So it says that the bed is green, and then it says, and the house is made out of cedar and out of cypress, meaning strong wood, meaning it's put together well. Jesus constantly talks about entering houses. He said, you enter a house into the strong man. How can you go in the house unless first the strong man is bound? You think Jesus was just talking about houses for no reason? Bro, it's talking about houses way back here. He's talking about the same thing that the Bible has always been talking about. Because now he is the beloved. It's him. All this is talking about him, and now he's here. And now he's trying to take the strong man out. Why? Because the bed needs to be green so we can be fruitful and multiply. He said, it's better that I leave. Why? So the comforter will come. Why? So you can bear more children. Because without him, you can do nothing. I was in a live the other day, and the majority of the people in live are cool. I've been to the live a couple of times. I didn't go on the panel. I couldn't, but I was just listening in. And, you always have this turd, pardon my French. You always have this turd in there that, boy, they see this symbol come in there and they don't care what you say. You could say Jesus is God and they believe it and they'll say, no, he's not, just because you said it. And so they're in there, bro. They're having a great live. They're edifying. I was in there for at least 5 minutes. I'm like, wow, no fighting? Oh, wow. Nobody's fighting? Wow. I'll hang out. So I'm in there for a little bit. And I put in there, because we're talking, the topic was very relevant. And so I put how we're supposed to be, how we are. We're supposed to be washing each other's feet. There's supposed to be edification, and I start saying these things that the sheep, I'm saying what the sheep are supposed to be doing. The sheep is supposed to wash each other's feet. The sheep are supposed to be edifying. And someone goes in there and says, sheep can do nothing. Only the shepherd can edify. And I said, if the sheep has Christ in them, they can do all things. What are you talking about? The Bible says I can do all things in Christ that strengthen me. So why would you say, no, the sheep can do nothing? This is the difference between a convert and a disciple. A convert only sees what God can do.
My heifer?
A convert can only see what God can do. They can't see what they can do. That they're a battered dog. That they come to God scared. You could just see the difference between the mindset. A disciple knows exactly who they are because of who's in them. A convert only hears arrogance. They don't understand the believer's authority, that you have been given authority by God. They don't understand that. So I left. I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, let me get out of here. There's nothing wrong with the people that were, hosting and in the panel, but you're always going to have someone, they see this right here and they get triggered and they don't want to agree with nothing you have to say. But today is going to have to be an early day, which I'm glad we're able to finish Songs of Solomon 1 through 17, even though the question was about, I believe, 13 or 14. But some of these, you cannot just go over one verse. If you want to be fair with what?
It's 10:40.
Yeah, I know.
10:40,
no,
sir.
Guy, descaled is from 8:30 to 10:30, buddy. 8:30 to 10:30. I just stay longer because I'm being nice. But today's going to have to be an actual.
Well, somebody told me to tell you, so.
Okay, well, you should have corrected them. And you didn't. You fell.
I think you better take that back because that's your wife that said that.
Oh, where's she at? Oh, shoot. There she is. Hey, heifer. How are you? That means I'm coming home. That means I'm coming home. All right, guys. Hey, today's got to be a regular 10:30. First of all, that rarely happens, by the way. We need to go. Oh, my Lord. Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends. All right, guys, we got to go. CJ, hurry up and say something before we got to go.
God bless. Have a good day.
All right, Christian, what you got?
May God bless everyone.
All right.
Have a great day.
Cool. Flip, you said enough. Troy, what's up?
Keep on.
Leah, 3 times.
I just want to say everything is vanity except Jesus and his love, guys. For real. It's true.
That's right. All right, Bill, what you got? Okay, Taylor, what you got?
We'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you.
All right, Dre, sup?
McCrinsey, grab the paintball gun, hit him while he can't run right now, and just light him up.
No.
God bless.
No, let's not do none of that. All right, guys, see y'all in the morning. God bless.